Sadness has spread across the gospel music community after heartbreaking news about beloved singer Guy Penrod and his family surfaced. Fans who have followed his inspiring journey for years were left in disbelief when his wife, Angie Clark Penrod, shared an emotional statement about a deeply painful time in their lives. Guy Penrod, whose powerful and soulful voice has brought comfort to millions around the world, is now facing one of the hardest seasons of his life. For decades, his music has been a source of light and faith, reminding listeners that even in dark times, God's love always finds a way to shine through. But today, the man who once gave hope to others finds himself needing the same strength and comfort that his songs have given to so many. Angie's words were filled with emotion and honesty, revealing that their family is walking through a storm that has tested their faith and courage. Although she didn't share many details, her tone said everything. This is a time of great pain, yet also of great faith. The news hit hard, especially for fans who have leaned on Guy's music during their own moments of grief and uncertainty. To them, this is more than a story about a famous gospel singer. It feels like a personal loss, as if someone they've always known is hurting deeply. To understand why this moment feels so personal for so many, one must remember who Guy Penrod is and what he has meant to people across the world. With his long silver hair, kind eyes, and warm smile, Guy has always stood out not only for his looks but for the peace and kindness he carries with him. He first became known as the lead vocalist of the Gaither Vocal Band, one of the most loved gospel groups in history. His strong yet gentle voice became a symbol of faith, comfort, and encouragement. Through countless songs, he shared messages of hope, love, and trust in God's plan. Even after leaving the Gaither Vocal Band, Guy built a successful solo career that touched millions more. His albums like Breathe Deep and Hymns became staples in Christian homes, bringing peace during both joyful and sorrowful times. His voice played at weddings, funerals, church gatherings, and quiet nights when someone needed reassurance that God was still listening. Guy never sang for fame, he sang to minister, to serve, and to comfort hearts. And now, as he walks through this painful chapter, many people feel called to return that comfort to him and his family through love and prayer. For a man who has given his life to spreading the message of faith, it is now his time to receive that same support from those who have been blessed by his music. When Angie Clark, Guy's devoted wife, spoke about their family's situation, her words carried both heartbreak and strength. She described it as the hardest season of our lives, a phrase that immediately touched every listener's heart. Her voice trembled as she admitted that the journey had tested their faith, but she also made it clear that their hope in God remains firm. Angie asked for understanding, privacy, and above all, prayers. She said that while Guy has always been there to lift others with his songs, now he needs the prayers and love of those who have found strength in his voice. Her honesty made the situation feel even more real and human. Fans could sense her pain, yet also admire her courage. Angie's faith shines through her grief. She spoke not with despair, but with quiet strength, showing that even in life's darkest valleys, there can be light. Her message quickly spread online, bringing thousands of responses from fans around the world. People shared messages of love, comfort, and support, promising to pray for Guy and the family. Angie's courage to speak during such a painful time reminded everyone that even those who inspire others sometimes need help and encouragement too. Her words weren't just a statement, they were a heartfelt call for unity, faith, and love in the face of hardship. The story of Guy and Angie Penrod reminds us of a simple yet powerful truth: faith doesn't protect us from pain, but it helps us endure it. For years, Guy has sung about trusting God in every circumstance, even when the path ahead isn't clear. Now, those same songs carry a new meaning as he lives out those words in real life. His journey is a reflection of what it truly means to walk by faith. The very man who once helped others through their storms is now in need of the same comfort and strength he once shared. But as Angie said, their faith in God hasn't faded. They continue to believe that even in suffering, God's hand is at work, guiding them toward healing and peace. For fans, this serves as an important reminder that no one is exempt from life's trials, not even the people who seem strongest in their faith. Behind every stage performance and smile is a real person facing challenges and heartbreak like everyone else. Yet it is their unwavering belief, their willingness to trust God in the middle of pain, that inspires the most. Guy and Angie's story is not just one of sorrow, it's one of faith that refuses to give up, of love that endures through tears, and of hope that continues to burn even in the darkest night. After Angie's message became public, a wave of support spread through the gospel music world and beyond. Fans, friends, and fellow artists began reaching out to the Penrod family with heartfelt words and prayers. Churches held special prayer meetings, fans shared memories of how Guy's songs had changed their lives, and social media filled with posts honoring his legacy. Some wrote about how his music helped them survive grief or find hope during illness. Others shared how his calm, faith-filled presence reminded them of God's peace during difficult times. This powerful response shows just how deeply Guy's ministry has touched lives. Even though he may be hurting now, the love he has poured into the world is returning to him multiplied. Angie's bravery in sharing their pain has reminded people everywhere that we are all connected by faith and compassion. The outpouring of love toward the Penrod family also shows how strong the gospel community truly is. When one person suffers, everyone comes together to lift them up. It's a beautiful example of faith in action, where love, kindness, and unity overcome fear and sadness. This moment, though filled with sorrow, has also become a powerful testimony of how God's people support one another in times of need. As the news continues to touch hearts, many fans have been reflecting on Guy Penrod's incredible career and legacy. For more than 3 decades, he has been a voice of comfort and faith to millions around the globe. Whether performing with the Gaither Vocal Band or on his own, Guy's music has always been more than entertainment, it has been a ministry. His performances are filled with sincerity and conviction, each note carrying a message of hope. Songs like Because He Lives, Knowing You'll Be There, and The Old Rugged Cross Made the Difference have helped countless people find peace in difficult times. His concerts are not just shows, but worship experiences that bring people closer to God. Beyond the stage, Guy is known for his humility, kindness, and deep love for his family. He often speaks about how important Angie and their children are to him, calling them his greatest blessings. Fans admire not just his talent but also his integrity, a man who has remained grounded despite his fame. As people pray for Guy now, they also celebrate his lifetime of faithfulness and service. His legacy continues to remind everyone that music, when filled with love and faith, has the power to heal hearts and change lives. While much of the attention has always been on Guy, Angie Clark Penrod has quietly been his steady source of strength. Their love story is one built on faith, friendship, and shared purpose. Behind every song he sings and every stage he stands on, Angie has been there, supporting, encouraging, and praying for him. Those who know the couple personally say their bond is unshakable, founded on deep mutual respect and love for God. Angie has often been described as a woman of faith and grace, someone who prefers to stay out of the spotlight but whose presence is deeply felt in everything Guy does. In this painful season, her strength has become even more visible. Even through her tears, she has stood firm, holding her family together with faith and love. She has reminded fans that faith isn't about never facing storms, it's about believing that God will see you through them. Angie's honesty, humility, and courage have made her an example for many who are struggling in silence. Her decision to share their pain was not to gain sympathy, but to encourage others to pray, to hold on, and to never lose faith. She embodies the quiet strength that lies at the heart of true love and faith, and her bravery has deeply moved the gospel community. For Guy and Angie Penrod, family and faith have always been at the center of everything. They have raised their children with the same spiritual values that guide their lives: love, honesty, humility, and trust in God. In interviews over the years, Guy has often said that his home is where his heart truly is. No matter how large the audience or how bright the lights, he always returns to the peace of family life. That same closeness is what's now helping the Penrods face this difficult time. Their bond as a family remains unbroken, strengthened by prayer and mutual support. This trial, painful as it is, has brought them even closer, teaching them to depend not on fame or success, but on God's promises and each other. Angie's strength as a wife and mother has shined brightly, becoming an anchor for everyone around her. The Penrod family's quiet resilience has become a powerful reminder that faith begins at home, in the small acts of love, kindness, and devotion that carry us through the hardest days. For fans watching from afar, their example offers hope, proof that even in sorrow, love and faith can still light the way. The news about Guy Penrod's struggles has certainly brought sadness, but it has also brought a message of hope that reaches far beyond his family. Through this season of pain, Guy's life has become a living testimony that faith is not just something we sing about, it's something we live. His songs about trust, courage, and God's love now feel even more powerful because they reflect the very reality he is walking through. For those who have ever faced grief, sickness, or heartbreak, his story is a reminder that they are not alone. Faith doesn't mean we avoid pain, it means we never face it alone. Angie's words, Guy's example, and the prayers of countless fans have created a circle of hope that continues to grow stronger each day. This moment has turned into more than just sad news, it has become a call for unity, compassion, and renewed faith in God's timing. Even in tears, the Penrod family's story gives us something beautiful to hold on to, the belief that love and faith can survive any storm. And when life feels heavy, their courage teaches us to keep believing, keep praying, and keep holding on to hope. As the days pass, fans continue to lift Guy Penrod and Angie Clark in prayer, believing that brighter days are ahead. Their story, though marked by hardship, has also become a shining example of faith that endures. Guy's life and music have always carried one message, that God's love never fails. Now, as he walks through his own valley, that same message echoes louder than ever. Angie's courage and grace have touched hearts worldwide, showing that faith is strongest when life is hardest. Together, they remind us that no matter what we face, there is always hope. This season of pain may be heavy, but it will also be remembered as a season of faith, unity, and love. The world may see Guy Penrod as a singer, but those who truly know his story understand that he is so much more, a husband, a father, a man of deep conviction, and a servant of God. His songs will continue to inspire generations, his wife's strength will continue to encourage others, and their story will forever stand as a testament to God's grace in times of trial. And so, as fans around the world continue to pray, one truth remains clear: even when the music pauses, the message of faith and hope still plays on in every heart that has been touched by Guy Penrod's voice. To truly understand the heart of Guy Penrod, one must go beyond the stage lights and music albums and look into the man himself, a man deeply rooted in faith, family, and humility. Guy was born in Abilene, Texas, and raised in a Christian home where gospel music and prayer were part of daily life. From a young age, his love for music was clear. He began singing in church, finding joy in praising God through song. Over time, that small beginning turned into something extraordinary. His voice, rich, deep, and filled with emotion, carried messages of hope to millions. Even before he became famous, those close to him described him as kind, down-to-earth, and always ready to help others. When he joined the Gaither Vocal Band, his life changed forever. It wasn't just the start of a successful career, it was the beginning of a ministry that would reach hearts around the world. On stage, Guy was more than a performer, he was a messenger. Every song he sang carried his faith and belief that God's love could heal even the deepest wounds. That's why his music connects so strongly with people. He doesn't just sing words, he shares his heart, his faith, and his personal experiences through every note. Guy Penrod's time with the Gaither Vocal Band became one of the most celebrated eras in gospel music. His powerful vocals blended beautifully with the group's harmonies, creating timeless performances that are still loved today. Songs like Yes, I Know, He Touched Me, and Sinner Saved by Grace have become classics that continue to inspire believers across generations. Guy's presence on stage was magnetic, his long hair, humble smile, and genuine spirit made him instantly recognizable. But beyond his appearance was something far deeper, a heart fully devoted to serving God through music. His concerts were never just about entertainment, they were worship gatherings filled with emotion and truth. When he later started his solo career, fans followed him eagerly. His first solo album, Breathe Deep, in 2010, showed his versatility as an artist, combining country, gospel, and inspirational styles. Each song carried his signature message, that faith and love are the foundations of life. His follow-up albums, including hymns and worship, became fan favorites, earning him awards and recognition in the Christian music world. Yet, even with all his achievements, Guy has always remained humble. He often says that any success he has belongs to God. He sees his career not as fame, but as a calling, a way to reach hearts and bring people closer to faith. Away from the spotlight, Guy Penrod is known for his simplicity and strong moral values. He has been married to Angie Clark Penrod for many years, and together they've built a beautiful family grounded in love and faith. They are parents to 8 children, and family life has always been at the center of everything Guy does. He often says that being a husband and father is his greatest blessing and most important role. Despite his busy touring schedule, he has always made sure to put family first. Friends describe him as gentle, wise, and compassionate, someone who listens more than he speaks and leads by example. He enjoys spending time outdoors, working on the family farm, and living a simple life that reflects his values. His faith guides every decision he makes, from his music to how he treats people. Guy often talks about how his relationship with God shapes his perspective on life, teaching him to stay humble in success and strong in trials. This balance between his public and private life is what makes him so respected. He is not just admired for his voice, but for his integrity, kindness, and unwavering devotion to his beliefs. That's why the news of his current struggles has touched so many. People don't just love his music, they love the person he is. As the world continues to pray for Guy and his family, his legacy only grows stronger. Over the years, he has become more than just a gospel singer. He has become a symbol of faith, resilience, and hope. Through every performance, Guy has reminded people that life's greatest strength comes from trusting God, no matter what happens. His songs have brought healing to those who are broken, courage to those who are afraid, and peace to those who feel lost. Even now, as he walks through his own valley, his life remains a living message of perseverance. His music continues to touch people across generations, playing in homes, churches, and gatherings worldwide. Fans often describe his voice as a prayer and song, a voice that feels like it's coming straight from heaven. Guy Penrod's impact cannot be measured just by awards or album sales, but by the countless lives changed through his words and melodies. His journey, from a small-town boy singing in church to a gospel icon known around the world, is proof that faith can take a person farther than they ever imagined. And through it all, he has never forgotten where his blessings come from. As he and Angie face their current challenges, his story continues to remind us all that God's love never fails and that, even in the darkest times, light always finds a way to shine through.